Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this next installment of the Northwest Chamber of Commerce member interview studio session. My name is Emily Winters. I'm the executive director here at the Northwest Chamber. Joining us today is Kimberly Karlson, principal and owner of Misguided Angel Interior Design. Welcome, Kim.
Welcome. Thanks for hosting me.
Of course, it's great to see you. Kim has been a part of our chamber for years now. She's very valued within the chamber. Everyone knows her. We certainly missed her without doing all these in-person events. So we're looking forward to getting together soon.
Absolutely. It'll be nice to just get out of the house and be able to socialize again.
Absolutely. We miss it. And we're looking forward to hopefully doing something soon.
Right.
But we're here today to learn a little bit more about Kim and her business. So I will get started with our questions. And number one, what first got you into the world of interior design?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I used to just draw up plans and, just all kinds of stuff. I actually drew on the walls a couple of times at my house. And my mom was, not very happy, but I was always sketching and drawing and coming up with ideas. And when I went to college, I actually wanted to do graphic arts and graphic design. And my minor was in interior design. And when I realized how fun it was to make three-dimensional things work rather than, posters and two-dimensional, I was hooked. So I switched my major over and that was it.
I love that. And obviously having a passion for it for a lifetime, what is it that you love most about it now?
I like to see clients' faces when the project is finished and everything's been transformed, whether it's commercial or residential, but it really is, it's nice to see, the before and the after and how much more the after works for what the needs of clients really are.
Of course. And when you and I were on the phone last week, we talked about during COVID and how many people have really had to bunker down and spend their time in their house. So they're realizing all of these things that they want done and to be comfortable and enjoy their living space.
Absolutely. It's just been, I don't want to say COVID has been a good thing, but it's taught so many people how to use their houses and their businesses much more efficiently. So I'm doing a lot of work with redoing kitchens, redoing bathrooms, setting up office space residentially, and then commercially, how to spread people out, let them be able to work safe when they're coming into the offices, and making it a nice place to want to come to now that people are starting to get out into the world.
Of course. Now, has there been a favorite moment during your career so far?
I had a woman who had an adult son who was on his third term in Afghanistan, and he just recently got divorced, and she hired me to make over his townhouse. He had two daughters, one was 5 and one was 7. And she just wanted him to be able to come home to something really, really nice. So we did all new flooring, made the kids, I actually interviewed the two girls and redid their rooms the way they wanted. Aww. And then we all worked on Dad's room, and it was really fun.
I bet that's probably a very rewarding moment. And
like it was when he came home and opened his front door, and it was just like, wow, look what's happened. Yeah. It was good. So the mom was pretty excited.
Oh, that's a great project. Now, have there been any interesting or funny experiences during your time as an interior designer?
Yeah, when things go good, it's the best job in the world and everything goes really, really well. And then, occasionally odd things happen. I did have one of my specialty painters up on a scaffold 2 stories high in a foyer painting. It almost looked like a stained glass window, and he dropped his tape measure and it came all the way down and just took a huge chunk out of a lady's hardwood floor. And I almost lost it. It was like, Dan, what the heck's happened? And he came down and looked. So obviously we had to repair the floor, but when she had the insurance estimator in, she found that there was termite damage all through the floor and all through the wall. And they got it rectified, but she still calls me just the angel of design, because it really was because of the work I was doing that she found out all the termites were there. So insurance paid for it and they got it all fixed. And she still to this day calls me every once in a while just to say hi.
And that is a blessing in disguise too. Something you're so worried about at first actually turns out to be
I know. And it
bigger.
was, it was a big chunk of
Yeah,
hardwood that came up, and they'd been eating it all. So I was kind of a godsend.
yeah, I love that. Now, with owning your own business and working on these different projects, do you have a word or a phrase that you love to live or work by?
I still love the word serendipity, because it's just something that happens by accident. And, I'm generally a positive person anyway. So it's serendipitous, what I do.
I love that. That's a great word. Always a good word to use.
Mhm.
Now, how about a sound or a noise, either when you're working or when you're trying to relax, or anything that you prefer?
Um, yeah, when I'm working, I mean, there's all different sort of sounds, but one of my favorite sounds here, just being at home, is just when the frogs hatch in my pond. And
Oh,
it's a sign that spring is coming, and they're very loud, and it's kind of fun. I love the smell of paint, which is the weirdest thing. Like, that's one thing that, to me, it just smells like progress, and it's good.
yeah.
So people think I'm weird for that, but it's all
I
good.
love that. Paint smells like progress. That's a great
It
tagline.
does. It absolutely does.
I love that. Now, obviously, you've had this passion for your world of work most of your life, but is there a profession other than your own that you would have liked to attempt or would still like to attempt at some point?
I think if I had to do it again, I'd go into architecture and actually
Yeah.
be an architect and design buildings, rather than, I take a space and fill it out and make it work. But architects, design the whole thing. And I think that would be, who knows? I'm too old to do it now. But if I had to go back to, 20-year-old Kim, I think I'd go into architecture.
And what a great way to know too. I mean, you spend all this time working within people's walls and in their house, and to be able to have you know what works best and what kinds of spaces. So that would be, a great job to
Yeah.
have too.
It absolutely would. And it's funny, I was on a marketing seminar Zoom last week with 20 people. And one of the questions was, did you go to school for what you do now? And I was the only one out of 20 people who actually went to school for interior design and stayed with it. Everybody else, did sales or did marketing or was in a different industry completely. So it was interesting to see. Because I've just wanted to do interior design forever. And I wake up every morning excited about it. So it's good.
That's a great thing. That's a great job to have. And then I guess, of course, the most important question that we ask all of our members in the hot seat is, what is the one business lesson that you wish you would have known prior to starting your career?
Yeah, I try really hard, and some clients just aren't happy or open-minded to change. And it's the whole psychology of a renovation. So if they don't accept the changes, I'm never going to be able to make them happy. So, more psychology is always a good thing. But I guess that's it. I try really hard, but some people just, they're not open to change, and it's hard to get them on board.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something a lot of people probably deal with in multiple fields, just trying to work around that, but accepting it because that is just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, and my job is to make people's lives better. It's not just their spaces. They're living within that space, so it's really transforming. And 99% of the clients are just so thrilled with
Yeah,
the outcomes. It's just some I just can't make them happy, no matter what happens.
yeah. Well, thank you, Kim. It was great to learn a little bit more about you today. We definitely look forward to not only seeing you in person, but being able to see more of your before and after pictures and all of your work.
Right. Well, that's good. My Misguided Angel Designs Facebook page every Monday is Makeover Monday. And I try and pick a good project that has befores and afters to show, people what can be done and what
Yeah.
I do.
Well, that's great. We will work to get that shared on the Facebook page, continuing to help support you however we can. And
Great.
thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.